Good evening, hockey fans, and welcome inside the Preston Memorial Auditorium for a great night of OWHL U22 Elite action. Tonight's broadcast is brought to you by Face Heating and Cooling, proudly serving the Kitchener-Waterloo region of Wellington County. Call 519-230-FACE to reach a face you can trust. That's 519-230-3223. We've got an exciting matchup tonight as the Cambridge Rivulettes host the league-leading Etobicoke Dolphins, the first meeting of the season between these two strong clubs. Cambridge enters this one sitting 9th in the league, fighting hard to move up into that top 8 group and lock down a home playoff game. They're right on the doorstep, just a few points back, but Kingston still holds a game in hand. So every shift, every point, and every bounce carries extra weight down the stretch. This is a huge opportunity for the Rivulettes to grab momentum against one of the best in the league. Speaking of, the visiting Dolphins have been a model of consistency all year long. They come in leading the OWHL U22 Elite with an incredible 93 points through 32 games. That's dominance on paper and on the ice, if you ask me. They combine structure, speed, and a ton of depth throughout the lineup, and if that weren't enough, they add another player of talent tonight. 7 players returning from the U18 Nationals, bringing back experience, confidence, and sharpness from competing at a national level. Cambridge will need to bring their best effort right from puck drop. The Rivs have been playing tough, disciplined hockey lately, leaning on hard forechecking, tight defensive gaps, and some rock-steady goaltending. When they execute their system and stay out of the box, they can go toe-to-toe with anyone in this league, and tonight's the perfect stage to prove it. The atmosphere inside Preston is already electric. Fans are filling the stands, signs are up, and the players are just finishing warm-ups. You can feel the energy in the building here tonight, folks. It's the Cambridge Rivulettes fighting to climb the standings, and the Etobicoke Dolphins looking to keep their dominance rolling. First meeting of the season between these two programs, and I can assure you it promises to be fast, physical, full of intensity. Stay tuned, folks. The puck drops shortly here at the Preston Memorial Auditorium. You're watching OWHL U22 Elite Hockey on Rimsnet. We'll send things over to arena announcer Kevin Warner in just a minute's time as he gets us set for tonight's action between the Cambridge Rivulettes and the Etobicoke Dolphins.
Introducing the starting lineup for the Etobicoke Dolphins. On defense, number 18, Fiona White. On defense, number 34, Megan Lawson. Back forward, number 14, Grace Van Olsen. Back forward, number 21, Haley Box. Back forward, number 43, Adrienne Milano. And starting at number 32, Myson Peter. And the rest of the Dolphins. Coach Rolovich, assistant coach Mike Breyer, assistant coach Michelle Jantz, and trainer Caitlin Phillips. Introducing the starting lineup here, Cambridge Rivulettes. On defense, number 4, Reese Reed. On defense, number 7, Maddie Kim. Back forward, number 17, Ava Stroll. Back forward, number 21, Jen Strong. Back Tonight, the Cambridge Rivulettes would like to recognize the accomplishments of 7 players of the Etobicoke Dolphins. These 7 players recently competed in the U18 World Championships. 6 of the Etobicoke players represented Canada and won silver, while 1 player represented the United States winning gold. Representing the United States, number 21, Etobicoke. Representing Canada, number 10, Sophia Israel. Number 32, Maya St. Pierre. Number 34, Evan Mossy. Number 43, Adriana Malani. Number 72, Rachel Bennett. And number 93, Madeline McCullough. Thank you to all these players who represented our league so well on the international stage. Please stand if you're able to remove the caps for the flag of Canada.
As always, thank you to Kevin for a fantastic introduction. Starting for the visiting Etobicoke Dolphins, on defense, number 18, Fiona Waddick, alongside number 34, Megan Mossy. On forward for the Dolphins, number 14, Grace Van Volsen, number 21, Haley Boxon, number 43, Adriana Malani, and in net for Etobicoke, number 32, Maya St. Pierre. And starting for your Cambridge Rivulettes on defense, number 4, Reese Reed, playing alongside her familiar partner, number 7, Maddie Kim. On forward for the Rivulettes, number 17, Ava Strome, playing with number 21, Jenna Sharon, and number 28, Sadie D'Angela. And in net for the Rivulettes, making her return to home, number 31, Addison Mitchell. We get things set for a fantastic night of hockey here, folks, as the Rivulettes take on the Etobicoke Dolphins. Cambridge struggling last weekend as D'Angelo gets her forehand shot off, and St. Pierre finds it in her pads. The Rivulettes dropping all 6 points last weekend, losing 4-0 here at home to the Waterloo Ravens Friday night, and then heading to Stony Creek Sunday, and falling 3-2 in a tight battle. But they look to find their form here tonight against Etobicoke, as the puck's brought in by Van Volsen. Her shot off the shin pads, Maddie Kim. Etobicoke. No easy game here for the Rivs as Reed picks it up in the offensive zone. She gets a shot on from a sharp angle and kicks it to her feet down below the net. And the Etobicoke Dolphins come away with possession. Cambridge able to get a full line change. That puck's poked out of the zone, and Emerson Miller will pick it up for her first touch of the game. Neal leaves it for Miller, cutting in. Miller, the puck knocked off her stick. It's flipped forward, but Carrier steps in, isn't able to play it down low. Key for the Rivulettes tonight is going to be getting shots on St. Pierre and clogging the lanes in front of their own net. Story wins the race to the puck, but it's picked up quickly by Lang. Back down, Ristori on the takeaway. And her pass is going to slide under the stick of Sadie D'Angela as Bishop will touch up for an icing. We've got our second stoppage of play, coming down to the Rivulettes end, just 1.5 minutes into this first period. Styles 1-for-1 on the draw tonight. She wins it back. Rivers turns away from pressure and then gives it away. And it's flipped back in by Bishop. D'Angela can't quite clear the zone. And it's chipped down low by Waddick. Story racing for the puck. She gets there just in time. It's getting the captain, Spencer Vicari. Pulled out by Bishop. Makes a move, trying to get to her forehand, but Styles able to knock it loose and out of the zone. Carrier on the giveaway. That one poked into the middle by Hillick. There's no cross ice. One of 7 national team players here for the Dolphins tonight. So that one's picked up and sent back in. Back for Ismail. She gets tripped up, and the Rivulettes are going to be heading on the short-handed for the first time this evening. Sarah Hillick heading to the box. 2 minutes for tripping, and the Rivulettes are going to test their penalty kill early. Broderick going to ring that one high up off the glass. Kept in by Etobicoke. And on second effort, Randall able to send it down the ice. The Dolphins as Briggs able to flip it in. Ismail giving chase. Broderick able to get there first. It's held in by McCullough. Back to the blue line. Across for Mossy. She walks in, turns back, loses it. Micah Carswell picks it up in the neutral zone. Carswell in. One-on-one on Venucio. She'll chip it deep into the corners. Venucio able to step in the way. And Ismail picks up the loose puck. Halfway through the penalty to Hillick. The Rivulettes with another takeaway as Kim sends it back down the ice. Kim with another takeaway. Jenna Shawn also a beehive of activity. Reed steps up and sends it all the way down. 44 seconds remain in the penalty to Hillick. Into the zone comes Box. Puck taken off her stick. D'Angelo steps away, tries to clear it, but it's kept in. Walking in, shot off through traffic. Mitchell able to catch a piece as Reed sends that one up and out. 20 seconds remain on this Rivulette penalty kill. In fast come the Dolphins. Haley Box stops. Top of the face-off date. Dot waits for support. She loses that one. That's going to exit the zone, and it's chipped in by Mossy. And that'll do it as time expires on the penalty to Hillick. Rivulettes. 1-for-1 on the penalty kill. Nearly 5 minutes into this first period. It's been a whole lot of Etobicoke, thanks in part to that 2-minute penalty. Mossy dances around the Rivulette forecheckers. The Rivs create another turnover. Randall finds Rivers at the red line. She'll flick it into the zone. Styles giving chase. Neal fighting her down low with Bishop. Carey going to send it up off the boards. It's kept in by Randall. Rizzo can't clear it. Neal plays it across the ice. Randall gets there in time and chips it in low for Hillick. Hillick in the corner gets tripped up. In the same place she was called for. Tripping. The arm stays down. Fast-paced game here. As Reed plays it up off the boards. Carswell can't quite get a piece of it. That'll head the length. And we'll have a face-off coming down to the Cambridge zone. Ismail stops. Rivulettes create another turnover. Carswell up over center ice. Micah just chipping it in. Quinn cutting in on net. That one poked around, sent down low. Micah still there. Picked up by Quinn. Quinn tries to send it out front. That one's going to exit the zone. Sorry, Kim able to get there in time. But her dump in is picked off by Piggott. Miller steps in the way. And the Dolphins carry it into the offensive zone. Megan Mossy on the puck. Leaves it for McCullough. McCullough dancing around, trying to get to the front of the net. He'll be knocked loose. Kept in by Piggott. Ismail gets hooked at the blue line, and Neal going to be heading to the box as the Dolphins goaltender comes out, and the Rivulettes will touch up. But a penalty coming to Ella Neal for a hook. Just like that, the Rivulettes head on their second penalty kill of the day. Stick penalties can creep up on you quick against a fast-paced team like the Etobicoke Dolphins. As that one played back to the blue line. Cross ice for Mossy. She stops, gives it back. Van Volsen from the blue line. Cross ice. Box. Finds Addison Mitchell's chest as she hangs on and covers up for another face-off. .12:43 remaining in this first period. Brought to you by Face Heating and Cooling. Face. Face you can trust. Shot on the sideboards. Can't clear the zone. It's shipped back in. Broderick picks it up. She's going to send it out. And that one will just squeak past his man. As the Dolphins re-enter the zone. Bonus leading the charge. Box. Flipping it off the side, trying to squeak past her Story. There's a scrum down low. Randall comes away with it. She tries to send it out. Mossy bats it out of midair, but unable to hold the zone. And the Dolphins bring it right back. The Story finally able to clear it to length. And the Rivulettes getting a much needed change. 50 seconds remaining on their second penalty kill of the evening. Cross ice pass. Finds Vicari. She turns it back. And then breaks to Etobicoke. Bishop to the ringette line. Taking it all the way down low. Back to the blue line for Lang. Lang into the corner. Rushler can't connect on the pass. It'll be picked up by Venucio. Broderick and Vicari fighting hard down in the corner. 10 seconds remaining on the penalty to Neal. Poked free by Rushler. Vicari will pull it out. And we return to even strength. Etobicoke continuing to control the puck in Cambridge's end. Rivers jumping into the play. Back to the blue line. Venucio walks in. Back down for Vicari. The Dolphins just cycling it around. As Burt able to get a stick on that shot. It'll be up and out of play. And we'll have a face-off coming to Addison Mitchell's left. With 10:40 remaining in the first period here from the Preston Memorial Auditorium. Hockey night on Shade Street. Hockey night on Hamilton. Holy knocking on it, I messed that one up. Rizzo Plays it in from blue line. Ismail will send it cross ice. Bishop down low. Left for Ismail. Michael Carswell able to get a stick on it. And come away with the takeaway. Carswell trying to send it cross ice. Quinn gets stepped in the way. And St. Pierre will cover up for a face-off inside the Etobicoke zone.
All teams work. Cambridge Rivulettes Hockey Association. Domino's Pizza. EXP Services. All food bags.
Quinn Carswell down low. Sending it out front. That one hops up over the stick of Micah. Remember Story in a race back to pick up the puck below her own goal line. Quinn can't handle it, and that one will be touched up offside by Mossy. We near the halfway mark of this first period. Scoreless first period. Rivulettes, 2 penalties already so far. Etobicoke unable to take advantage. Mossy circles out front. D'Angelo hounding her. Ismail flip it up out of the zone. Piggott carrying it in on the left side. Sharon able to get back in time. A late shot from Piggott on Randall. Mitchell steers the shot from distance away. Broderick down low. She gets taken in hard. Cutting in on net is Etobicoke. Ismail out front. Shot up. McCullough finds the top shelf. And the Etobicoke Dolphins take a 1-0 lead just over halfway through the first period. Maddie McCullough finds the back of the net. Etobicoke dominating the time of possession so far through 10 and a bit. It's only a matter of time before they manage to get one past Mitchell. Rivulettes look to strike back quickly. Burt keeps it in the Etobicoke zone. Over the middle of the ice, that pass misses bonus, and icing waved off. Miller taking a lash. The Dolphins sticks. As the Rivulettes find some space and looks to clear the zone. Reed looking for the cross ice pass. Finds Neal. Neal just going to chip it into the corner. Hard play down low. Neal makes a move. Trying to get out front, but it's turned over. And out comes Etobicoke. Mossy's shot on Mitchell with the blocker save. Story off the boards. Picked up by Milani. And touched up offside at the Rivulet blue line. 8:06 remaining in this first period. Randall on the takeaway. She'll carry it in over the blue line. Has it taken right back. Broderick with an aggressive play. In come the Dolphins. A good stick lift from Broderick. Able to get just enough of Renee Bishop's stick to knock the puck loose. Disallow the scoring chance. Loose stick from Hillock going to send her to the box for the second time in this period. And the Rivulettes go short-handed for the third time in under 13 minutes. Discipline an issue early here. 7:26 remaining. Dolphins lead 1-0. Here's Lang. Controls it at the blue line. Cross ice. It's left for Lang. Miller fighting hard up top. Carswell, unable to control it. It's turned back in by Vicari. Reed pulls it out. She'll send it up and out. And the Dolphins will have to reset from the red line. Miller, the only change on that clearance. Quinn Carswell fighting hard. And the Dolphins come away with possession. Rushfler to the middle of the ice. That one knocked loose. Quinn will pick it up at the red line. And she'll get taken down hard. And a penalty coming here to Renee Bishop. Taking Carswell down by the head. We're going to head to 4-on-4. Penalty coming to Rachel Bishop. Apparently. Penalty called may have been away from the play. Or they got the wrong player. But nonetheless, 4-on-4. Bird shot off up over the head of St. Pierre. D'Angelo able to get it back to the blue line. Carrier has it knocked off her, sticking out of the zone. Story going to send it in from the red line. Etobicoke's pass. Up. And Piggott unable to get a piece of it. And the faceoff will come down to the Etobicoke zone. 47 seconds remaining. And the penalty to Hillock for the Rivulettes. Head on a brief 5-on-4. Stromeal, Randall, and Broderick on for the Rivulettes. Strome able to get a piece of it down low. Strome out front. Randall from the slot. Catches a rolling puck. That one's going to head just wide. Out comes Ismail. Piggott. Going to chip it in deep. It's Randall first to get there and plays it back for Broderick. Things getting chippy here. Etobicoke. Always a chippy team. Randall gives it away. Mossy on the takeaway. Ismail in one-on-one on Kim. Trying to get to her backhand as Mitchell pokes it wide. Neal picks up the loose puck. Let's head to a 5-on-4 now as Hillock exits the box. Reed stepping into action. Down low for Neal. D'Angelo getting into the play. Styles back for Kim. Kim will give it right back. 35 seconds, Rivulet power play. Reed for Styles. Styles shot. Misses wide. It's picked up by Kim. Back for Reed. Reed from the top. Cross for Kim. On the one-timer. Maddie Kim rings one off the post. D'Angelo circling down low. Cutting out front. D'Angelo unable to get a shot off. So take it to the outside. Kim back for Reed. Reed shot through. That one tipped just wide. D'Angelo down low now. We return to even strength. Kim from the slot. Her shot blocked. Maddie Kim walking back in. That's her stick knocked as she tries to get the shot off. And the Dolphins quickly bring it back the other way. Melanian on the left side. She'll play it back to the blue line. That one's going to clear the zone. And Waddick will just have to regroup. Cambridge, the first couple scoring chances of the night on that brief power play. Reed able to beat Melania and hold her off. A scrum in front of the Rivulet bench. Quinn Carswell poking away at it. That'll be sent in aggressively by Haley Box. Micah Carswell looks up ice, finds Hillock. 2-on-2 with Quinn. She'll leave it for Micah. Micah cross ice, has her pass taken away, but Quinn takes it right back. Story can't handle it at the blue line, and the Rivulettes will have to slow things down. Waddick able to get a piece of it. It's left by Vicari. As Quinn gets a skate on it, and Carrier turns into traffic. Miller on the takeaway. She'll clear the zone. But Etobicoke creating another turnover. Just over 3 minutes remaining in this first period, brought to you by Face Heating and Cooling. Face, a face you can trust. As that one's chipped the length, and Broderick back in time to touch up for icing. Face off, coming all the way down to the Etobicoke zone. 2:53 remaining. Rivers on the draw. Wins it back cleanly. Randall across for Broderick. Broderick shot through. It's through cleanly as St. Pierre steers it aside with her stick. Rivers on the sideboards. Miller to her feet. Broderick across for Randall. Randall will send it in. The Dolphins able to step in the way. Mia Venucio getting a stick on it. And out breaks Etobicoke. Rushler can't handle it. She enters the zone, but the Dolphins have it down low. Bishop on the puck, getting taken into the boards hard by Broderick. And Broderick tries to flip it out of the zone. That one's kept in. Turned away by Mitchell. Rushler taking Randall down on the near boards. Loose puck picked up by Burt. Burt cross ice, finds Rivers. Rivers 1-on-5. She'll think better of it and just chip it in and head off for a change. St. Pierre misplaying it at goal. Almost putting it in her own net, but in comes McCullough. 1 goal on the night already, looking for a second. She's taking it hard down low. Strom steps in on the takeaway. The Cambridge fans calling for a hug. Gordon with the armband tonight. It's pulled out by Ismail. Ismail's shot blocked up and out of play. With 1:19 remaining in this first period. 1-0 first period thus far. Etobicoke holding the lead. Off an early goal, mid-period goal, should I say, from Madeline McCullough. Etobicoke trying to make it 2 before the end of the frame. As Mitchell knocks the net off, trying to cover up. We'll try that face-off again. Reed comes over with the puck off the draw. Sends it around to the other side of the ice. D'Angelo trying to walk out of the zone. She'll have her pocket picked as McCullough flips it back in deep. Piggott taking the feet out from under Strom. She's going to head to the box for that as D'Angelo flips it in. And Cambridge going to head on their first full power play of the night. A 2-minute slash coming here to Rachel Piggott. 50 seconds remaining in the first period of play. Etobicoke leading 1-0. Cambridge trying to find a way to tie the score. Rivulettes able to get the face-off back to the blue line. Restoring across for Burt. Rachel Burt with space, walking in. Her shot through. Tip just wide. Styles on the doorstep, poking it. And net knocked off by St. Pierre. We'll get another stoppage of play. 40 seconds remain. Story, cross for Burt. Gives it right back. Story walking in. Cross for Carey. On the one-timer. Just catches the side of the net, but gets it right back. She'll find Burt. Burt up for Ristori. Ristori can't quite handle it. That'll clear the zone. And the Rivs will have to regroup. Ristori skating all the way back to her own end. Nearly losing an edge. And the Rivs wasting what is left of this first period. 8 seconds remain. Randall able to get there in time. Play it back down low. And that'll do it for the first period here. In Cambridge as the Rivulettes trail 1-0 off a goal from Madeline McCullough. And folks, a reminder as always that tonight's intermission is brought to you by Drains Are Us Plumbing, serving homes and businesses across the Kitchener-Waterloo region and Wellington County with fast and reliable service. Call 519-654-0007 for all your plumbing needs. That's 519-654-0007. We'll see you back here in 12, folks. Rivs trail 1-0. Welcome back to second period action, folks, here from the Preston Auditorium. And a reminder, as always, that tonight's broadcast is brought to you by Face Heating and Cooling, proudly servicing the Kitchener-Waterloo region of Wellington County. Call 519-230-FACE to reach a face you can trust. That's 519-230-3223. The Dolphins take a 1-0 lead heading into this second period, coming off the mid-period goal from number 93, Madeline McCullough. The Dolphins also come into this period shorthanded for the first minute and 10 seconds as Rachel Piggott finds herself in the box. Thank you very much. And the Dolphins attacking early on the shorthand as Reed looks off ice and finds Burt. Burt trying to cut in, she'll play it down low. Neal in a race for the puck. Miller with the hard takedown from behind. And a little bit of retaliation coming from Mossy. Not enough to warrant anything, but Miller going to find her way to the box, and this could be more than two, folks. So Miller finds her way to the box for boarding. Just waiting to see what the sentence is going to be. Just 2 minutes for Emerson Miller as Mossy makes a move to the middle of the ice. And gets the puck right back. Mossy walks in. Shot off. Mitchell kicks it out. 4-on-4 now for the next 20 seconds. Braves controlling their own end, but Reed just flips it up and out. Stops just in time. The Dolphins to pick it up and start out from their own end. In comes Vicari on the right side. Down low. Puck back for Lang. The Dolphins cycle it around the outside, now on a power play of their own for the next minute. Mitchell able to swat it away with her paddle. That one rung from a sharp angle off her shoulder. Up and out of play. Then we've got a face-off coming inside the Rivulet zone. Broderick trying to flip it out of the zone. She can't on first try. And it's kept in by Rushler. Miranda for Broderick. Broderick has her stick lifted. Strom in the middle of the ice, knocked off the puck. But Broderick able to get there in time. She'll send it all the way down. And St. Pierre out of her net to play the puck with 30 seconds remaining on the penalty to Miller. Bishop, cross ice. Poke past Strom. She gets back in time, picks it up. And Quinn Carswell gonna send it down the ice from her own blue line. 15 seconds remain on the Rivulet penalty kill. Etobicoke pushing. Vicari up over the blue line. Chips it up for McCullough. McCullough trying to get it to the middle of the ice. She walks into traffic. It's picked up by Kim. Out come the Rivulettes. Strong can't quite handle it. And quickly back comes McCullough, but the Dolphins find themselves offside. 2.5 minutes into this first period. An active second period as Miller exits the box to return to 5-on-5 for the first time. Miller jumps straight on the ice. Chipped off the boards and carried in by Etobicoke. D'Angelo picking up Ismail, cutting out front, and Ristori picks up a loose puck. With room to skate, Ken Ristori up over the blue line, one to beat. Makes a move, takes it deep into the corner. Out front for D'Angelo, a loose puck. Kept in by Rivers at the blue line. She'll get a shot down and through, but it misses just wide. D'Angelo down for Miller. Miller makes one move, tries to flip it out front. D'Angelo poking away at it, off the side of the net. Rivers can't quite find it. The Dolphins able to carry it out as McCullough flips it wide for Ismail. Ismail in on Broderick, makes a move. Ismail gets taken down, heading in on goal. The Rivulettes going to head on another penalty, their 5th penalty of the game. As Ismail dances around Marin Broderick. And honestly, a good veteran play by Broderick to take her down and give the Rivulettes a chance shorthanded. Etobicoke with the face-off win. A scramble for the puck on the near boards. Carrier will ring it off the official. Randall's attempt a little more successful as that one will clear the ice. Burt hopping on for Rivers. And the Dolphins begin a breakout. Mossy up over the red line. In on Carrier. Taking it all the way down to the corner. She'll play that one back. It's picked up by Milani. Played back in. Box. From down low. Up top for Water. Cross ice. Mossy shot off. Up over the net. Milani makes a move to the blue line. Walks in. Her shot through. Up over the net as well. Burt from the right boards, able to get a backhand on, flick it up and out of the zone. Full change for the Rivulettes. The Dolphins trying to take advantage. In comes Box. Her shot from the right side. Mitchell gets a pad on it. Carswell able to get a stick on the dump in and flip it back the other way. 40 seconds remain on the penalty to Broderick. 5 minutes into the second period. Rivulettes still trailing 1-0. Off the goal 10 minutes into the game from Madeline McCullough as a Rivulette gets taken down hard in her own corner. Reese Reed hitting the ice, it appears. She's just falling on the puck now down low. Play is blown dead. 17 seconds remaining on the Etobicoke power play. Face-off won by the Dolphins. Really chipped in off the side of the net. Took an odd bouncer. Story going to get called for a takedown down low. The Dolphins going to head on another power play as Quinn Carswell touches up. And with 2 seconds remaining on the penalty to Broderick, Story's going to find her way to the box. 2 minutes for cross-checking. The Rivulettes now with 6 penalties through just 25 minutes of play here tonight. Rivulet bench not happy. The Dolphins walking in. Shot off. Mitchell with the pad save. Able to kick it out of the zone and we return to 5-on-4 for another 2 minutes. Good save by Mitchell to keep this a 1-0 game. Reed gets there in time. She sends it out of the zone, but it's picked up quickly by Lang. And in come the Dolphins. Bishop up over the blue line. It's taken in hard by Reed. A dive down low. Reed can't quite find the puck. She'll poke away at it as it's sat on by a Dolphin. They're pleading their case to the official. But it remains 5-on-4. 1:19 remaining on the penalty to Ristori. Things starting to get heated here in Cambridge. As Mossy takes a swat at it. Ismail picks it up at the blue line. Walking in on Mitchell. Great pad save from Mitchell. A nice move by Ismail, just misses by inches. Bishop able to keep it in. Carrier with the hard play down low. She loses sight of the puck. It's picked up by Etobicoke. Bishop at the blue line. Cross ice for Mossy. Mossy stepping in. D'Angelo staying with it. 40 seconds remain on the penalty. Ismail. Cross for Mossy. Mossy. Shot through. Mitchell finds it in her stomach and covers up for a face-off inside the Rivulet zone. 32 seconds remaining in the Etobicoke power play. And folks, face off one back. Bishop into the ringette line. Across for Mossy. Plays it across for Ismail. Ismail shot through. That one misses wide. The Dolphins having no struggle getting shots towards goal as Miller picks it up and flips it down the ice. 14 seconds remain in the penalty to restore it. Etobicoke looking to break up ice quick. Rachel Bishop will just send it in, get off fair change. And there we go, that's kill another penalty. Return to 5-on-5. Here comes Etobicoke. Mitchell pad save. Kim cross ice. Micah Carswell can't quite handle it. It'll be sent right back by Lang. 12:15 remaining in the period. 1-0 Etobicoke. It's picked up by Box. She tries to send it out front, but Broderick steps in the way. And the Rivulet defender unable to clear the zone. There's Mitchell. Gets another blocker on it. Rivers on the sideboards. Miller can't clear the zone. It's kept in by Milani. That one around. Micah Carswell able to get there in time. But once again, kept in by Van Volsen. Back for Venucio. Venucio shot through. Mitchell pulls it out of midair and makes the glove save. We'd like to give a special thank you to our friends at the Pita Guy, home of fresh wraps, bowls, and so much more. And there's something new to try in store. That's right, the Pita Guy now has ice cream. Stop by after the game and cool off with a scoop or two of your favorite flavor. Whether you're craving something sweet or sticking with the classics, the Pita Guy has you covered. Fresh food, friendly faces, and now ice cream too. Eva Strom carrying the puck the length of the ice into the Etobicoke zone. Trying to get something started for the Rivulettes. But Sharon has it down low. She gets held on to. The Dolphins quickly able to clear the zone. Van Volsen, the puck carrier. Their pass knocked away. Strom plays it up for D'Angelo. D'Angelo in, one-on-one with Bishop. Has Strom cutting towards goal. Can't quite find her. Strom back to the middle of the ice. That one just passed Rivers. This carrier able to step in the way and flick it out of the zone, but it's brought right back in by Etobicoke. Styles able to get a stick on it before Milani could get a piece. Breaking up the pass. The Dolphins control it at the blue line. Bishop. Shot through. Mitchell gets a stick on it, knocks it wide. Carrier with her stick lifted. Dolphins trying to find a way to get something past Mitchell. Just one so far for the league leaders in points. Etobicoke with a cool 93 points in just 32 games, only dropping 3 points all season. With an overtime win and an overtime loss. Back to the blue line. Shot through by Waddick. That misses wide. And that one kept in at the blue line by Lang. Mitchell trying to jump on the puck. She gets taken down. Mitchell, stickless. The Dolphins try to get to the middle of the ice. They'll play it back to the blue line. Lang stops. Styles gets a piece of it and outbreak the Rivulettes. Quinn Carswell up over the red line. She'll flip it in deep as the rest of the Rivs head off for a change. 9:17 remaining in the second period, and a one-goal game here from Cambridge. It's been all Etobicoke so far, but Cambridge holding their own. Neal and Miller fighting for it down low. Neal gets stapled. Curry fighting hard. Miller in the corner, trying to get it out front for Burt. That one tipped out of the zone, and Ristori will control it in the neutral zone. She'll send it in from the red line. Miller and Burt in on the forecheck. Ristori steps in and keeps it in. Ristori walking out on the left side. Her shot off. St. Pierre able to cover up, and a hard hit into the net from Etobicoke, and that's going to draw a whistle. A dangerous play as Burt gets smoked into the goal. 2-minute call for roughing. Coming here to Fiona Waddick. She throws her hands up wondering what she did wrong. I don't know. How about the haymaker into the net? Cambridge heading on a 2-minute power play. And as the fans finish settling in here, Micah Carswell walks in. Shot from the left side, tipped on the ice. Tipped just wide. Randall keeps it at the blue line. And sent back in deep. Quinn Carswell, down low, up front. Hillock shot off. St. Pierre gets a piece. The Dolphins able to clear the zone. It's kept in by Randall at the blue line. Short-lived as Mossy sends it to Lang. And the final attendance count here tonight. Another sold-out crowd. 24,412 here to watch the top dogs, the Etobicoke Dolphins. Kept in by Carswell. Hillock walking in. In for Carswell. Poked loose by a Dolphin defender. As Kim can't step in the way, Ismail one-on-one with Reed. Makes a move. Cutting in on net. Mitchell cross ice. The Rivulettes somehow keeping this a 1-0 game. 56 seconds remaining in the Rivulette power play. Reed up over the red line. Plays it for D'Angela. She tries to make a move. It's poked further in by Reed. D'Angelo can't get there. That one's going to be sent up off the glass and out of the zone. Mitchell out of her net to play the puck. It's left behind the net for Reed. As Reed gets taken down, and a penalty coming to the Dolphins. McCullough able to get a piece of it. She's going to head to the box. It's going to be a brief 5-on-3, depending how long the Rivulettes control it. Strom sending it on net. And St. Pierre able to get a toe on it. To touch up. A 2-minute rough coming here to Madeline McCullough. Temper's starting to flare for Etobicoke. Mitchell perhaps frustrating them with her stellar play. It'll be a brief 5-on-3 for the next 18 seconds. And then the Rivulettes will keep a 5-on-4 for the remaining time. Strom on the draw, and that one kept in by Ristori. Ristori shot along the ice. Tipped on! St. Pierre makes the save. Ristori keeps it in again. Ristori walking in, plays it for Carrier. Carrier settles down low, Sean out front, Stone poking away at it. Carrier walks in. And out come the Dolphins. Out of the box is Waddick. But it'll be brought in and shot on by Milani. Mitchell makes the glove save and a quick fast break out from the Dolphins. 6:23 remaining in the second period. Rivulettes still trail 1-0. Face off to Addison Mitchell's left. The Dolphins win the draw. Broderick gets there down low. Rivers look to break out. Stiles looks cross ice. Finds Rivers. She leaves it for Hillock. Rivers trips up offside. We've got a face-off coming outside the Cambridge zone. Rivers, Hillock, Stiles, Randall, and Broderick on for the Rivulettes. A minute 18 in this power play. Broderick at the blue line. Across for Randall. Randall Her shot tipped up and out of play. That'll be a face-off inside the Etobicoke zone. Styles wins it forward. Kim picks up. Oh, front. Styles shot off. Misses just wide. Mossy trying to play it around the other side. But Hillock lifts the stick down low. Rivers and Hillock poking away at it in the corner. Hillock getting a piece of it. Kim pulls it away. It's kept down low. 44 seconds remain in the power play. Rivers kicks it loose. Mossy steps in. Rivers still fighting. Styles there with her. Official screaming loose as it appears to be tied up. And then we'll have another face-off inside the Etobicoke zone. 29 seconds remaining on the Rivulet power play. 5:19 left in the period. Miller on the draw. Cambridge trying to find a way to get one past St. Pierre. The Etobicoke keeper. Perfect all night. Story down low. Picked up by Neal. She'll pin it to the boards as Lang holds him. Miller trying to kick it to her stick. But Neal comes away with it. Neal circling around. Back down low for Miller. Miller from behind goal. Plays it out, but Lang picks up the puck. And it's kept in by Cambridge. Neal ringing it around the boards as Randall jumps in to help out. Miller down low for Neal. Burt cutting it on net. Miller can't quite find it, and as we return to 5-on-5, Burt gonna head to the box. Two-minute tripping penalty coming to Rachel Burt. That's 7 for the Rivulettes thus far. Fresh off the 5-on-3, the Rivs find themselves down a man yet again. 4:42 remaining in this second period, brought to you by Face Heating and Cooling. Face, a face you can trust. Ismail sends it down low. And the wraparound is Waddick. Mossy, cross ice. Ismail from the face-off dot. Their centering pass blocked. And the Rivs able to chip it out. Ellen Neal getting a stick on it. Bishop has to retreat from her own zone. Milani finds Ismail. Ismail walking in, trying to get past Broderick. Rivulet defender able to stay in between her and the net this time. And Milani's pass tipped. Neal hard on the boards. Broderick can't find it. Milani out to the slot. Mossy with a shot off. But Mitchell gets a blocker on it. Now come the Rivs. Ellen Neal in a one-on-one with Bishop. Neal in on Bishop. Shot from the perimeter. St. Pierre steers it away as Neal heads off for a much-needed change. And Milani brings it back quickly the other way. Kim getting a stick on it. And Milani crashes into the net. Mitchell a little shaken up for the Rivs. And the trainer onto the ice for Cambridge. appears Mitchell will shake it off and try and stay in this game. A scary sight for the Rivulettes. As Mitchell down with the trainer on the ice, 2 players there try and help her off, but she appears to be okay. Perhaps a Charlie horse. Let the adrenaline knock that off. 45 seconds left on the Rivulette penalty kill. Waddick at the blue line, cross ice. Walking in, shot along the ice, Lang. Mitchell with the pad save, and she'll cover up. .3:14 remaining in the period. Rivulettes trying to keep this a 1-goal game for now. See if they can find a way to tie things up. But first, kill off the next 32 seconds, down a man. Strowman to the draw. Reed gets there first. It's kept in by Etobicoke. That one out. Lang makes a move. Makes another move. In the slot, shot through. Mitchell with the blocker save. She clears it. Then covers up. A couple quick shots on Mitchell after the injury. She appears to be moving okay. A good sign for Cambridge. She's been sensational tonight, knock on wood. Burt with 18 seconds remaining in the box. Waddick at the blue line. Back in. Played down low. Dolphins trying to get it out front. It's kept in at the blue line. And a Dolphin gets held up. And the Rivulettes heading to the box for another penalty. As Milani gets tripped. Cross-checked, apparently. And the Rivulettes with their 8th penalty of the night. Kennerer Story heading to the box for the 2nd time this evening. Rivs struggling to stay 5-on-5. Just 3 seconds remaining in the penalty to Burt. A huge face-off here for Ellen Neal in her own zone, down 5-on-3. 45 seconds difference between the game clock and penalty clock as Mossy has it at the blue line. She'll walk around the ringette line. Shot through. Mitchell makes the save. Mossy and Milani, 2 players to watch here. And the man advantage, 5-on-4. Burt back on the ice. Good hard face-off win by Ellen Neal. She sends it out and gets stapled. D'Angelo in a one-on-one the other way. D'Angelo in on Bishop. Trying to make a move. Has it poked off her stick. Mossy going to pick it up and slow things down, but it's carried forward by Box. Into the zone is Milani. Has Box cutting in on goal. Slides it to her. That one just threw to Van Volsen. With the Rivs. Send it back down. Ellen Neal on the takeaway and dump and change. D'Angelo on a hard forecheck. It's rung around by St. Pierre. And quickly the other way from the Etobicoke Dolphins. Into the zone is Rachel Bishop. She'll play it back. There's Piggott. We'll find it at the blue line. Reed able to send it all the way. Cambridge getting used to these penalty kills tonight. And Ismail steps offside with a face-off coming all the way down to the Etobicoke zone. .50 seconds remain in the 5-on-4. 1:35 left in the period. Cambridge trailing 1-0. Etobicoke trying to change that. Lang loses it. Styles from the ringette line. Shut off as St. Pierre makes the save. Can't hang on. But the Dolphins turn it off ice quickly. Rivers on the takeaway. She'll send it in from the red line. We near the 1 minute mark remaining in the 3rd period. Ismail carries it up over the blue line. Enters the zone. Makes a move on Broderick. Ismail gets around, but Miller with the takeaway. She'll flip it up and out and down the ice. 10 seconds remaining in the Rivulet penalty kill. We return to even strength with 45 seconds remaining here in this second period. Madeline McCullough carrying it in over the blue line. Quinn Carswell on the takeaway. Micah Carswell there, and the Rivulettes able to clear the zone as it's poked in by Mossy and touched up offside. Trying to fool the linesman with 36 seconds remaining. A face-off coming outside the Cambridge zone. Hillock, Rivers, and Micah Carswell on the ice for Cambridge. Randall and Broderick on defense. Face-off won by Cambridge and picked up by the Rivulettes. Carswell forward for Randall. Entering the zone. Randall shot off. St. Pierre with the initial save. Hillock gonna knock it up over the Rivulette bench. 23 seconds remaining. Face-off inside the Etobicoke zone. Out come the Dolphins quickly, trying to change the score before the end of the period. Rushler can't handle it. Carswell finds Rivers. Rivers makes a move entering the zone. 10 seconds left. It's just about going to do it for the second period here from Preston. And a reminder, as always, that tonight's intermission is brought to you by Drains R Us Plumbing, serving homes and businesses across the Kitchener-Waterloo region of Wellington County with fast and reliable service. Call 519-654-0007 for all your plumbing needs. That's 519-654-0007. We'll see you back here in 12 minutes, folks. Rivulettes trail 1-0 heading into the third period. Don't go anywhere. Welcome back to third period action, folks, from the Preston Memorial Auditorium. And a reminder, as always, that tonight's broadcast is brought to you by Face Heating and Cooling, proudly servicing the Kitchener-Waterloo region in Wellington County. Call 519-230-FACE to reach a face you can trust. That's 519-230-3223. Where we stand, Rivulettes trailing 1-0 heading to this third period, but Etobicoke getting a penalty at the end of the third, and the Rivulettes will start with a huge 5-on-4, trying to find a way to tie the game up and beat St. Pierre for the first time this evening. Sharon going to send it in deep for Randall. She'll send it out front. Ristori walking in. Shot up high over St. Pierre's head, but over the net as well. D'Angelo back for Ristori. Ristori with another shot. That one blocked. She walks in. We'll stop and leave it for D'Angelo. Back to the blue line for Ristori. She makes a move. Steps in. Down low. Strom down low. Up for D'Angelo. D'Angelo's shot through off the side of the net. Has her stick hit, trying to release it. And D'Angelo will make a move. Back to the blue line for Ristori. Cross ice. Randall shot along the ice. That one tipped on. St. Pierre turns it aside. Randall able to keep it in. And a slashing penalty coming to the Rivulettes as Strom with a lazy stick turns this into a 4-on-4 and a waste of the Rivulette power play. And ba-ding, ba-dang, just like that, it's 4-on-4. Lang at the blue line. In on goal. Mitchell turns it aside. Reed can't clear it. Kept in down low. Ismail below the goal line. Walking up. Back to the blue line. Finds Rizzo. Cross for Ismail. She'll take it off her feet and turn it into the corner. Reed sending it out. Neal getting a stick on it. The Dolphins quickly turning it back up ice. Neal looks cross ice. And Burt plays it before heading off. Reed will flip it forward. The Dolphins spin around and maintain possession. 20 seconds remaining in the 4-on-4 before the Rivulettes fall short-handed. Something they're well accustomed to tonight. Etobicoke trying to break in, but Maddie Kim steps in to break things up. And Cambridge finds the puck. Maren Broderick flipping it forward. Miller into the zone. Has Micah with her. Slides it for her. Stick lifted on the pass. And the Dolphins come away with it once again. Etobicoke now in a 5-on-4. Carrier taken down entering the zone. And is McCary. Flips it. That's pass to the middle of the net. Broderick off the goal line. And Mitchell will cover up to keep this a 1-goal game. Maren Broderick swatting it off the goal line. Mitchell covering up. A huge 3-on-1 for the Dolphins there, but unable to find the back of the net. It stays 1-0. The carry with a nice pass cross ice. .30 seconds remaining in the penalty kill. Quinn Carswell gonna flip it out of the zone and get called exiting the zone. A penalty coming to Cambridge here likely. Never mind, a penalty to the Dolphins as Etobicoke touches up. Quinn Carswell exiting the zone. And we'll see what the Dolphins are called for. Interference here. Quinn Carswell with the double whammy. Ba-ding, ba-dang. Mia Venucio heading to the box. 2 minutes for interference. And it's 4-on-4 for the next 18 seconds before the Rivulettes take another much-needed power play. The Stories dump in. Tipped up and out of play. And another face-off coming inside the Etobicoke zone. Hillick, Carswell, Ristori, and Randall on for Cambridge. exchange up at the blue line. Ristori and Randall now playing together. Ristori brings it in on the right side and flips it down low for Carswell. Her pass cross ice off the boards finds Randall. And Randall will send it in. We head to 5-on-4 Cambridge as Rivers jumps into action. Hillock back for Ristori. Cross ice Randall. Randall on the one-timer. That one will be tipped wide off an Etobicoke glove. And the Rivulettes fight hard down low. Ismail trying to clear it. It's kept in by Randall for the time being. Hillock able to get feet on it. And then tripped up and sent out by Etobicoke. Ristori picking it up down low. Turnover behind the net. 1:05 remaining on the Rivulet power play. And the Dolphins slow things down in the neutral zone. Randall takes it away, but gives it right back just as quickly. Rachel Burt picks up the loose puck. Skating around McCullough. She loses it. And in comes Etobicoke. Milani tries to make a move down low. Looks cross ice. Burt gets a stick on it, but it's kept in by Waddick. That pass blocked. Reed unable to clear the zone. Etobicoke looking as they're on the power play right now. Maddie Kim in a race for the loose puck. It'll be picked up by Mossy, and Etobicoke continuing to dominate the time of possession here shorthanded. Not the Rivulet's best power play tonight. As that one sent the length. Reed first to get there. McCullough in on the forecheck. Reed knocked off the puck, and McCullough down low. Flipping it out front. Mossy in the slot trying to make a play, but it's picked up by Reed. A 2-on-1 the other way with D'Angela passing her feet. D'Angelo into the zone, shot off, and St. Pierre makes the glove save. And some after the whistle shoving here as Reed gets stapled. A penalty coming. Looks to be to Etobicoke as Mossy sends Reed flying into the boards. It'll be interesting to see what ends up happening here. Reed heading to the box. A 2-minute roughing penalty coming to Megan Mossy, and the Etobicoke bench now not happy. The refs not getting a whole lot of love tonight. 15:22 remaining in the third period. Rivulettes trailing by 1, 5-on-4 Cambridge for the next 2 minutes. Face off won by Cambridge, but it's given away quickly. Ismail out of the zone. And a penalty coming to the Rivulettes. Now a quick makeup call there as Ismail takes a dive at the blue line. 2-minute tripping call coming to Avery Randall. And it's 4-on-4. Running out of space on my sheet to record these penalties on the Cambridge side. That's their 10th of the game. Hard to beat the best team in the league when you take 10 penalties. 4-on-4 for 1:50. Miller flips it out of the zone. She gets taken in hard to her own bench. Tempers rising. Neal in the slot. Shot off! A stick save from St. Pierre. Keeps the Dolphins up 1-0. Ellen Neal with a nice move to get to the middle of the ice and a good shot off. Neal gets tripped up. Her ankle's broken. Etobicoke bench loving that as Ismail carries it up over the blue line. Ismail taking it into the slot. Can't quite hang on. She'll just play it back to the blue line. Miller laying the body. That shot on. Mitchell makes the pad save. Rizzo with the shot. And Ismail gets it back to the blue line. Venucio down low. Miller getting a delayed call. And as Ristori touches up, the Rivulettes will go down 4-on-3. Etobicoke forgetting how to skate all of a sudden. Miller with her second penalty of the night. She's no stranger to the penalty box this season, leading the Rivulettes in penalty minutes with that penalty. Also leading in goals. The Rivulettes hoping she'll find the score sheet some point tonight, as they'll need it. Just 14 minutes and change remaining in this third period. Rivulettes down by 1. unable to beat St. Pierre all night long. Up ice quickly comes Box. She takes it down low, stops, and turns around. To the slot. Pass down low, Box can't handle it. Good find for Bishop. With Venucio now. Cross ice. Bishop walking in. Cross for Box. Back to Venucio. Over for Box. Box looking cross ice. Walking in. Shot up by Bishop. Misses just wide. Kim picks it up. Sends it up off the glass. It's kept in by Venucio. Venucio. Over. Back to Venucio. She hangs on at the ring-out line. In for Bishop. Across for Box. Box. To her forehand. Trying to get through a lane. Neal clogging it. Shot off high. Tipped short and wide. Etobicoke 5-on-3 for the time being. Finds Box. Box walks in. Shot off. Misses wide. Mitchell cross ice. And as the Rivulet enters the ice. It's poked forward by Etobicoke. 5-on-4 for the next 50 seconds. Jenna Sharon jumping in. Kim can't clear the zone. Second attempt. Much more successful. 12:55 remaining in the third period. Rivulettes trailing by 1. Etobicoke FC leading the charge. Bishop plays it to the middle. Drischler getting angry in the slot. His carrier stepping in the way. Broderick whacking away at it. Micah Carswell going to play it back down low. Etobicoke right there to pick it up. Carswell on the ice. Broderick fighting. Picked up by Bishop. Bishop circling the perimeter. That's Waddick with her. Plays it for her. Waddick down low. We return to 5-on-5. And Carswell onto the ice. Waddick at the blue line. The carry. Holding Jenna Sharon sticks. Micah Carswell able to clear the zone. And that one's going to head the length for icing. With a face-off coming back down to the Rivulet zone. But Cambridge able to get the line on that they'd want. 11:55 remaining. And folks, if you're already thinking about warmer days, plan your next round at Pusslinch Golf Club. It's the perfect spot to relax, play a quick nine, or enjoy a great meal where it's always sunny and warm. Whether you're a weekend regular or just looking for a fun afternoon outdoors, Pusslinch Golf Club delivers the perfect balance of challenge and charm. Book your tee time and learn more at PusslinchGolfClub.com. Etobicoke continuing to get pucks deep, and if they can do that for the next 12 minutes, it'll be tough to beat. That one sent all the way. Randall on the turnover down low. Burt picks it up, gets tripped up exiting the zone, but Hillick kicks it forward and sends it across the ice for Rivers. Rizzo gets there first. She'll send it in. McCullough finds it at the goal line. Story on the takeaway. Burt, cross ice. And then once again, the Dolphins take over. McCullough can't quite handle it. That one will be tipped in. Randall, first to get there. Reed, looking to stretch the ice. Sends it up high for Rivers. Lacey Rivers leaves that one to head in. Rivers on the right side. Fans on the shot. St. Pierre covers up, but the Rivulettes nonetheless got a face-off inside the Etobicoke zone. 10:44 remaining in this third period. Cambridge trailing 1-0. Sharon in the slot. Her shot blocked. Reed can't get there on the pinch. It's a 3-on-1 the other way. Sharon hustling back. Sharon and Reed both able to get back quickly. The Dolphins in tight. Venucio's pass blocked. D'Angelo on the takeaway, and Sharon will bring it back up ice. Jenna Sharon 1-on-1 with Lang. She'll just flip it in and look to get off for a quick change. D'Angelo first to the puck down low. Strom in there in support. Taken right off her stick. Dolphins trying to clear the zone. Strom leaves it. That one going to clear the zone. Broderick can't handle it. Back the other way comes Ismail. In on Burt. Broderick lifts her stick. And gives it away, and Etobicoke able to stay on side as McCullough circles back. Story. And the takeaway. And his offside is called. Ismail and Ristori getting tangled up with the blue line. Face-off coming outside the zone. And Sophia Ismail going to head to the box for head contact. Two-minute head contact penalty coming to Etobicoke, and Cambridge finds themselves on a rare power play. Face-off won by Miller. Going to clear the zone. And the Rivs scrambling already in their own end. Box hard on the forecheck, wreaking havoc on the Rivulet defense. Randall up over the middle. Miller entering the zone. Has Neal cutting on net. Bird as well. Neal shot from the slot. Fanned on. Miller pokes it out front. It's picked up by McCullough. And chipped out. Milani able to dump it down the ice. And the Rivs look to turn it back up. Neal finds Carswell cutting up over center ice. Quinn in down low. The rest of the Rivs peel off and head for a change. And the Dolphins able to clear the ice. Reed starting things off from behind her own net. And the Rivulettes look to break out. Kim up over the red line. She loses possession. And Reed will try again. Hillock up over the red line. Flicks it in. Gets stood up. And the Dolphins going to send it out as Kim gets a stick on it up high. And Reed will touch up with a face-off, but 45 seconds left in the Rivulet power play. Unable to get anything going. A less than desirable effort so far. Hiller over the red line. She'll send it in. And the Rivulettes just looking for the dump and chase. But the Dolphins have other plans. They send it all the way out. 20 seconds remain on the Rivulet power play. Styles over the red line. She flicks it in. Miller in on the forecheck as well. Broderick keeps it in low. Styles can't handle the pass. Played it in deep. Rivers can't find it. It's picked up by Bishop. And we return to even strength. Out comes Etobicoke. That one off the boards. Miller back in time. Icing not waved off, but waved off. And Randall heading to the box for another penalty. Another roughing call coming to Avery Randall. Her second of the night. And with 7:18 remaining in a close game, the toughest team in the league. Penalties at this point don't do you any favors. Etobicoke takes possession. Down low. Mitchell holds her post. Nifty move from Sydney Bonus. Quiet night for her. She tries to find the back of the net. Mossy picks up the cross-ice pass. Piggott gets it back to the blue line. And Sharon pokes it loose. Sharon with space. Waddick able to get back quickly as Sharon lost her footing exiting the zone. Sharon heads off for a change. Piggott into the zone. Carrier steps in on the hit. Broderick fans on the clearance. And the Dolphins able to keep it in down low. Carrier fighting hard in the corner. Mossy can't pull it off the boards cleanly. D'Angelo fighting. Sadie D'Angelo able to clear the zone. Halfway through the penalty to Randall. Dolphins still pressing. McCullough down low. Broderick gets a stick on it. It's held on to by Milani. Burt hard on the attack. Broderick exits the zone and clears it all the way. 6 minutes remaining in the third period here for Preston. Cambridge still trailing 1-0. Lang will flip it in from the blue line. Kim first to the puck. She'll stop it and just pin it in the corner. 21 seconds remaining on the penalty to Randall. Neal trying to clear it. Scrum on the near boards. Neal and Kim poking away. Ristori watching on. And play will be blown dead with 2 seconds remaining in the penalty to Randall. Another big face-off in the Rivulette's own zone here as they look to return to even strength down just a goal. 5:20 remaining in the third period, brought to you by Face Heating and Cooling. Face, a face you can trust. Then Volson down low. That one sent out front. Mitchell gets a stick on it as Reed gets her stick tied up. And we return to 5-on-5. Reed picking the puck up behind her own net. Reese Reed going to flip it high up off the boards and out of play. And the face-off will come back inside the Cambridge zone. An unlucky break there for the third-year Rivulette defense. Face-off won by Cambridge. A rare face-off win tonight. Etobicoke dominating on the face-offs. Cambridge trying to find a way to do the improbable. The Hedgemans have other ideas, however. Up a goal. And then in a 2-on-1. In is Bishop. Shot off. Mitchell with the glove save. Can't hang on. But the Rivs clear the crease. Maren Broderick up over the red line. She'll send it in and head for a change. Carswell pins it up to the board. Styles right there with her. And Carswell plays it back down low. Rivers behind the net. Kicks it to her stick. Has it taken away. And it's kept in by Randall for a second and poked forward. Rushfler sending it in. Mitchell. Mitchell trying to cover it with Etobicoke. Had no players on the ice. And Cambridge now just trying to keep the momentum going. 3:40 left. Cambridge down a goal. D'Angela trying to carry it in. There's a scramble. Fight breaks out in front of the Etobicoke bench, and D'Angelo finds it on her stick. D'Angelo in. Trying to make a move. It's picked up by Ismail. Bonus now, going to chip it in past Kim. As Reed gets down to pick it up. Reed loses the puck. And it's chipped back in by Etobicoke. Piggott on the sideboards has it poked away by Carswell. And the Rivs look to clear the zone. Reed forward for Micah Carswell. Carswell into the zone. One to beat. Tries to make a move. With a good defensive play from the Etobicoke Dolphins. As Ismail flips it back for her defense. Carrier picks up the turnover. Shot off St. Pierre. Blocker save. Mitchell remains in goal. Down one. Expect to see her coming out soon. Dolphins with a full change. Ristori picks up from behind her net. Up off the boards for Sharon. Nice and waved off. It'll head the length. And Mitchell heading to the bench. Etobicoke up one. 2:19 left. Cambridge trying all they can as Milani flips it up off the glass and down the ice. And that one's going to head the length for icing as Neal touches up. The face-off coming down to the Cambridge zone. 2:11 remaining in this third period. And folks, a good time to remind you that we'll be with you tomorrow in Blue Water. Check the schedule for puck drop time. This timeout called by Hadaway. And then next Friday, we'll be back here as the Rivulettes take on Windsor Southwest for the second time this season. This is where we stand. Third period, 1-0 Etobicoke, 2:11 remaining. Cambridge trying to find a way to squeak something past Maya St. Pierre. A good time also to thank all of you for tuning in tonight. Thanks to our video production technician, Aaron Petro, our technical director, Matt Ford. Again, thank you for all of you tuning in all season long. We bring you the action live. Every game this year, right here, live on the Cambridge Rivulettes official YouTube channel. Be sure to like, share, and subscribe. Pound the like button. And let's grow Rivs Nation. But first, 2:11 remaining, third period. Cambridge down, 1-0. Face off in the Etobicoke zone, won by Cambridge. Miller and Reed fumble around with the puck. 6-on-4 Cambridge. And D'Angela unable to keep it in. That one's going to be sent down the ice. But Milani first to get there, and she'll find the back of the net. And the Dolphins, this one's all but over. As Milani makes it 2-0 with 1:50 remaining. Not over yet. But Cambridge with an uphill battle to climb. Etobicoke's sign is in the window, and the Hegemons are alive and well. It's always going to be a tall task to keep Milani off the score sheet tonight. As the Rivs try to cut in on net. But Etobicoke going to clear the zone with an empty net yet again. Milani going to step offside as Broderick steps in the way, keeping this just a 2-goal game. But Cambridge looks helpless out there. 1:27 left, third period. Folks, in the first meeting here, Maddie Lubera, Rivulet last season, unable to play for the Dolphins, out with an upper body injury. And she'll hope to return for the Rivulet's next matchup in Etobicoke with the Dolphins against her former team. Lubera with a fantastic rookie season last year with the Rivulettes. She's struggled all season long with injuries, unfortunately, but hopes to get back for the end of the season. Cambridge down low, 32 seconds left, down 2. Battle in the corner. Things could get chippy late. Goalie still pulled. Maya St. Pierre been unbeatable tonight. There's Carswell on the wraparound. Can't find one pass. It's picked up by Kim at the red line. She turns it back up quickly. Kim blocking in. Her shot towards goal. St. Pierre turns it away, and that'll do it for Hockey Night on Hamilton here from Preston as the Rivulettes fall 2-0 to the Etobicoke Dolphins. It was always going to be a tough task, but we'll see you tomorrow in Blue Water as the Rivulettes head down to Strathroy, to take on the Blue Water Hawks for the second time this year. Folks, thank you as always for joining. Have a great night. We'll see you.